Take a slow breath in. Inhale safety. And slowly exhale the need to protect yourself again. Inhale love. Exhale the fear of being rejected. One more breath. Inhale your true self. Exhale who you had to become. Once there was a child with a big heart, a curious mind, and dreams bigger than the world around him. He came into this world wanting to love, wanting to laugh, wanting to be himself. But the world was already teaching him who he should become. There was a child who wanted to speak, but every time he tried, someone spoke louder. So he learned to keep things inside. There was a child who wanted to cry, but tears made people uncomfortable. So he learned to swallow them whole. There was a child who wanted to say, I love you, but nobody said those words in that house. So he learned silence instead. There was a child who wanted to follow his heart, but every dream was corrected, every feeling was questioned, every choice was replaced with do what you're told, not what you feel. And little by little, the child stopped listening to his own voice and started listening to everyone else's. So he became who they wanted him to be, not who he came here to be. He learned to hide, he learned to please, he learned to survive and called it life. For so many years, he learned to hide, he learned to please, he learned to survive and called it life. For so many years. Then the child went to school, where the right answers mattered more than honest questions, where fitting in was safer than standing out. He learned to memorize, but not to understand himself. He learned to compete, but not to connect. He learned to perform, but not to feel. He learned that approval was something to earn, not something you deserve. So he became whatever the world rewarded and drifted further away from who he truly was. Years passed, and the child became an adult, but the fear remained, the doubt remained, the anxiety remained, the overthinking remained, the need for approval remained. And one day, looking at the life he had built, he finally asked, whose voice is this? Whose fear is this? Whose life am I living? And where did that child go? Take a deep breath in, hold, and slowly exhale. Maybe he never disappeared. Maybe he was hiding. Maybe he was waiting. Maybe he was still there. Maybe the fear was learned. Maybe the silence was learned. Maybe the shame was learned. Maybe the child simply adapted. If fear was learned, love can be true.